Hello and welcome everybody to 2013. And if you were on the internet at all in 2013, I'm sure you saw the meme, Harlem Shake. But we're not going to do that here. You know what, it's funny when even in 2013, I'm like, the Harlem Shake, I kind of got the meme, but I had to look up the original Al B. And who was it? It was G. Depp or somebody. And it was just like, whoa, awesome. It's like, talk about some quality dancing. But anyway, there's a difference between the meme and the dance. You should look into it. It's pretty cool. But what else came out in 2013 was this. Now this gets a whole bunch of different names. Slider. SLDR. What do you call it? Do you call it the SLDR? Do you call it the slider? Because it has these sliding weights in it. And the idea of the slider was that they took the weight and they moved it forward so there's less spin. So instead of that energy of the club translating into spin, it gets translated into distance. It's going to go so far. It's going to change everything. And that's exactly what they were saying in 1960 with their aluminum face drivers. Have you guys seen the claims of McGregor? It's funny how the more things change, the more they stay the same. But unlike the 50s clubs, this club has a sliding weight. Let's get it under the microscope and have a closer look. What do you want? An engraved invitation in titanium? SLDR. Do you know what that stands for? It stands for slider. I don't know what it stands for. Taylormade underneath that, 460. This is the original SLDR, 2013. And so I love a couple of things. Number one, I love the change of texture. I love the polished to the matte to the polished. And right here, I love this. This reminds me of a lobster back or some sort of insect, like the exoskeleton of an insect. I love this pattern right here. The geometric shapes down here as well. Obviously, there's this track right here with a movable weight. It's the same. You can see it's an adjustable hosel. And the same size Torx screw, same Torx bit will work for both of these with your adapter. That comes with your Torx wrench that comes with it. So you can adjust this, and you can see they labeled it draw and fade. Wherever you want the weight, you can do that. The interesting part, though, is this right here. This, I don't know what this is for. Is that for a different model or something? I don't know what that's there for, but it looks like it's been welded right there. And I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. It's there. So moving around the skirt 10.5, by the way, when they came out with these, they recommended that you loft it up. So normally I hit 9.5. On this one, I got the 10.5. Spinning around the skirt, geometric shapes all the way around. It blends into the sole. There's a Taylormade here, right here at the toe. Not sure if that's going to focus, but there's a Taylormade on the toe. And then at a dress, there is these little, I love these lines. So you can see the lines around here. It makes space for this aft portion right here. It's fun for alignment. SLDR. And then the Taylormade logo right here. They've been doing that since the early 90s? 2013. So for more than 10 years, they've been putting that little T right there for Taylormade. The face is no nonsense. Do we really need grooves? There's always that discussion. Somebody's always like, I hit my driver out of the rough 300 yards. Good for you. Good for you. Kind of a little silver portion right here, right before you get to the adjustable hosel. My understanding is this is not compatible with the modern head. So if I wanted to put this on my, for example, Taylormade M2, I don't think that would fit. That's my understanding. Let me know if that, fact check everything I say. My understanding is this is not compatible with the new driver heads. Speaking of the shaft, let's move up here. You can see graphite, matte black finish, Fujikura, 57 grams. That was really lightweight at the time, especially for a stiff flex. Yeah, flex stiff. You can see here, Taylormade, Fujikura. Speeder, 57. 2013. And because it has an adjustable hosel, this is when, the 360 grips really took off, so you could adjust it. Callaway owners right now are screaming, on our Callaway, we can put normal grips on because, yeah, right, we hear ya. Well, this is meant to be hit really hard, so I guess I have to tee it up high and, well, you know the rest. This club is always fun to take to the range. I love, and actually on the course too, I love this club. It's just fun because it's always just like a wind up and just like hit it as hard as you can because it's that you have to, otherwise your ball's just going to drop out of the air. Have you seen like the low spin balls? Like when you toe it with, even when like you saw it when I towed it with this one, I hit it slightly in the toe and it just like, boom. It's just like, I'm just going to roll there. It's like sadness on Inside Out, just drag me. Just sticks her foot up, you know? That's what, when you tow it like, it's just like, I'm just going to roll there. It's like somebody who's had a little bit too much to drink. Drinking a little bit too much milk. Coke, Zero, whatever you drink. So, for me, in 2013, it seems like it was yesterday when this thing came out. It makes me feel so old. It's almost a decade old. And same with like watching those memes on the internet. Oh, it's just painful to think about it, like how excited it was and how much I laughed and how many hours did I spend? At least 2 hours of my life spent watching those things. So, if nothing else, the meme year, this is just a fun club. It did change how manufacturers sold a lot of clubs. The simple engineering, the simple maths of the spin energy translated to distance energy, you need to balance those two and you're going to maximize your distance, right? So that's kind of what was brought to the forefront of technology, which, let's face it, over the last 7 years, how much has it really, 7, 8 years, how much has it really changed? So this kind of introduced to that. Again, like I said, McGregor did it back in the old days. They weren't the first company to do it, but so this changed where we are now. So this is interesting. It is still a fun club. If you like to just like wind up and just really swing fast, or you have a high swing speed, you're looking to get into a club for not too much money, check out the sliders. They're not a great deal, but you can find some for an okay price. Probably better to get some other vintage 460cc drivers if you're new to the game, or if you're an experienced golfer and just want to try one of these out. It's a good time to do it. It's just a lot of fun. So in my opinion, everybody should try hitting a slider at least once in their life. It's just a lot of fun. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you still game this? I mean, there are people that still play this club. There are still people that, you know, love and swear by this club. It was really a well thought out club for a certain demographic and a certain swing speed. If you want to support this channel, you can support me on Patreon. I'm accepting general support, and if you are on Patreon, look for messages, because every new patron I'll personally write a message to and ask them if it's okay if I put their name up on the channel for credit. You can also visit my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you so much for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.